Hi guys, it's Sherry. I hope that you're having a fantastic day. Y'all, I am super pumped because today is going to be fabulous. Stay tuned. Welcome to my channel. I am so glad that you chose today to stop by, because if today's project does not convince you to hit that thumbs up and to subscribe, I don't know what will. It is going to be that fabulous. But before we jump into the project, thank you everyone who is supporting my channel in any way. And I hope that you guys are having fun playing hide and seek. Tomorrow is the last day of hide and seek. So make sure that if you haven't played but you want to play, check out the video in the description box below, because it will give you all of the details about hide and seek and what you need to do. So I said it was going to be a good one, and y'all, it is. We are going to do something amazing with these Dollar Tree chopping mats. Most of you have seen me use these on the channel several times, but I've never used them like this. This is what I'm talking about. I don't know if you're able to get a really good look at this because of the lights around me, and the lights might be playing a little trick on the outside look of this. But guys, this is a custom, one-of-a-kind Luminary, and we're making it using the Dollar Tree chopping mats. From one pack, you can make 2 of these, and then you can dress yours however you want. And I'm going to show you how simple the process is. So y'all know what time it is. It's time to make it. All right, y'all, so I have turned off my overhead lights so that I can give you a good up-close look at how gorgeous this actually is. And you can see that you really do have that fairy light look in these luminaries. They are so simple to make, so easy, and all I did was attach my little control box to the back side of my luminary, and I decided to put some feet on mine just to give it a decorative look, to place it on my mantle top. Feet are completely optional. You can make these and set them out flat bottom. You can use flat back pearls. You can use anything that you want. Me, I love my metals, so of course I'm going to bling it out with a few metal feet. So here's what we're going to need to make it. So I'll turn my lights back on in just a minute, but I wanted to go ahead and show you this while I have the lights off, because it does help to cut down on some of the glare. What I'm using to make my luminaries are the Dollar Tree chopping mats. You get 2 of these in a pack for $1, and they are 11 by 14 inches. So these are going to be very nice sizes. You can see you get that translucent look, so they're just gorgeous. I'm using 1 of these. I have 4 strips that measure 1/2 inch by 7 3/4 that I'll be using on the side as well. And then I'm going to be using 1 of these little fairy lights. Now I ordered these from Amazon. You get 12 fairy lights plus a little mini screwdriver plus 2 extra packs of batteries. And I think that there are 6 batteries in here. And you get these for $15.99. Now, when you break it down per item, this comes out to be just a little more than $1 per item. I was able to find these lights at the Dollar Tree. They are clear, but I'm not using these lights on this project because I don't like the color of the cording. The cording is very thick, and because of that, the cording on the inside of the luminary is really very intrusive and not so attractive to me. So I went out and found some lights that I love and I know will work. And these lights are really very thin. When I hold this up, the wiring adds to the beauty on the inside instead of taking away from it. So this is what we're going to be using. Now I will have a link for these lights below. If these lights are something that you are interested in, I would encourage you to get them before there is any type of a price hike on Amazon. Like I said, I paid $15.99 for my set, and so basically for everything that I got in the set, it comes to a little over $1. So I'm saying this to give you a heads up. If you're interested, don't wait until that price goes up. So I'm going to bring in my scoreboard, and you're going to have a shiny side and a more matted side. I will be scoring on the more matted side because it's easier for me to control, and I will also have the more matted side as the outside of my luminary. So what we're going to do is we're going to score every 3 3/8 of an inch. So the first score is going to be at 3 3/8. And I am pressing down. My second score will be at 6 3/4. My third score will be at 10 1/8. And then for the fourth score, because my cutting mat is longer than my scoreboard, I am going to have to do some adjusting. So I am going to take my mat and the last score mark that I made at 10 1/8, I am going to move that score mark over to the number 8. And that way I can get my fourth score in, and I am going to score this at 11 3/8. So I'll just explain what I did again. So I scored my first score at 3 3/8, my second score at 6 3/4, my third score at 10 1/8, but then I ran out of room. So I'm going to take that 10 1/8 inch score and just slide it over to the number 8. And now I'll score this at 11 3/8. And that's all we'll do on that end. Then I'm going to rotate it to the 11-inch side, and we're going to score this at 3 1/2. So I'll score as far as I can go at 3 1/2. Then I'm going to flip it, and I'll score at 3 1/2 until I meet that original 3 1/2 inch score. And so normally I would fold and burnish at this point, and it really is up to you if you want to do that. And what I have found with the heavier plastic that this cutting mat is made of, it's easier if I go ahead and just cut out my tabs while I have this flat. But before I cut out the tabs, I'm just going to trim off a little bit of this. You don't have to trim yours if you don't want to. I am just trimming mine because sometimes it's a little easier to control with the harder plastic. So now what I'm going to do is everywhere that I have a score mark going across the bottom, I am just going to angle and notch out all the way across the bottom. And then I'll remove this corner piece here all together. And so this piece here is going to be the back of the box. These two pieces here will be the side pieces. So we're going to go ahead and place our tape. So I am going to place tape on the top here. You can use some wider tape if you want. I have found that my glue doesn't quite work with this the way that I want it to. So that's why I'm using tape. And then for these two, we need to flip it over, and we're going to place the tape on this side. So now I'm on the shiny side, placing my tape. I'm going to use my big old spatula and just go from end to end to make sure all of my tape is nice and stuck. Then I'm going to flip it back over to the matted side, and I'm going to take my tape and place it on my glue flap. And then I'm going to flip it back over to the shining side, and we're going to go over to this end opposite the glue flap, and then I'm just going to take one strip of tape, and I am using my 1/4 inch tape. You can use your 1/8 inch tape on this if you want, and I'm adding that tape to this end. And I'm just adding the extra tape because I like the added protection. So now that we have all of our tape down, we can go ahead and fold and burnish. And I am doing nice, crisp burnishing. And then I'll fold up these bottom pieces, and we'll do a burnishing on them as well. All right, so now we're ready to put this together. So all we need to do is remove the tape from the glue flaps, and we'll remove the tape from the inside piece there, and then we're just going to take it and join it, and join it here. Then I'll go on the inside with my bone folder just to make sure that I go over that tape. So I am going to remove my tape, and we're going to put our nice little luminary together. So I'll fold that one in. I'll go over to the opposite side. Remove my tape, and now I'll fold that onto that piece, and then we just remove the tape and we place our other pieces down. Peeling my tape from the last piece. And then I'll take this piece, we're going to put it down. And yes, you can see the tape at the bottom, but the bottom isn't going to be showing, and I am okay with that. And now I'm just shaping it, making sure that my corners are nice and squared. And now we have our luminary. I am going to take these side pieces that measure 1/2 inch by 7 3/4, and we're going to put those down. Before I do, I'm going to check them just to make sure that they're going to fit. And I see that these are a little bit long, so make sure that you do a test fit. And I am going to trim off just a little bit. So I'm glad I did that test fit because it looks like I might have cut them too long. So now I can take it, and we can score this at 1/4 inch. So we're going to score all 4 at 1/4 inch. And then all you need to do is give it a little fold, add some double stick tape to the back, peel it, and we're going to start putting them down. So I wanted some of that silver to show. So I'm making sure that on the front side, I picked a piece that actually had the silver showing. So we just need to get that stuck. And we just put all 4 of our pieces down in the same way. So I'll peel this other piece, and let's put it down, starting at the top, just to make sure I have it nice and even at the top. And now I have those edge strips on, and you can see just how cute this is. I am going to go ahead and add feet to the bottom of mine. These feet are completely optional, but if you do decide to put feet, I'm going to show you a very easy way to apply the feet to this plastic material. So I'm actually using a glue dot. And on each one, I'm putting 2 glue dots. That's how we're going to hold the feet on. So now I'm just going to take it, and I can put it down like that. And I'll put my other feet on. And we're going to end up with a very upscale looking luminary that won't cost upscale prices. So here is our last one. And I am pressing down to make sure that my feet are nice and stuck. And there are my beautiful feet on this project. Then I'm going to use a couple of my glue dots and place them on the back of my little control box, because that's how we're going to attach this to the inside. So now that I have the glue on the back, I'm going to go ahead and remove this little plastic tab here. So all I'm going to do at this point is just unravel my lights. So now that I have opened up my strand of lights, I'm going to go ahead and turn them on so you can see just how light they are. And this wire really is a very fine wire, and it's pretty much a clear wire almost. And I am going to remove my backer from my glue dot. Then I'm going to take this and just place it right here at the back. And the reason why I'm not laying it down on the bottom is because I need to be able to reach in and turn it on and turn it off. And so all you do at this point is just place your lights. And because the wire is so flexible and bendable, all you have to do is bend it and place them inside however you want. And then you can just go back and play with them until you get that look that you're looking for. I like how this looks. I now have a third luminary that I will be able to sit out as part of my Christmas decoration. You can make these for any season, any reason, any gender, because all you have to do is change this paper, and this can have a masculine feel, or you can keep it as feminine as you want. So I've turned off my lights. It's not true darkness in here because I do have the light coming in from the window, but if it was, you would be able to see really how gorgeous these are in the dark. You do have that fairy light look. These are perfect for Christmas decor, home decor, wedding centerpieces. You can dress these up so many ways. You have such a romantic feel with these. So guys, I hope that you have enjoyed this fun, quick and easy way that we can take a Dollar Tree cutting mat and turn it into a beautiful luminary. You get 2 cutting mats in a pack, so you can make 2 luminary bodies for $1. Then you add in the $1 and let's say 15 cents for the lights. Without the feet on this project, you're able to make it for under $3. If you're adding the feet, then of course you're going to throw in the cost of whatever you paid for those feet. But this is really, truly upscale. So guys, I hope that you have enjoyed this project. If you have, please hit the like button. If you are not a subscriber to my channel, what are you waiting on? I would love to have you join this amazing online crafting family. You guys, as always, please be safe, be kind, happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.